with Rob Wisling with Sustainable Waves, and walk us through what you got going on at front of house.
Front of house here, well, we'll start with our Yamaha M7, pretty much the middle of the road Yamaha digital console. A lot of onboard gear. Mix Magazine people know all about the M7. And it's nice. One reason we chose this board is because of the onboard power supply. A lot of our gear, when we research our gear, we research the most output for the least draw, least amp draw. Outboard power supplies, redundant power supplies tend to take up more juice than, I mean, we're trying to conserve all the way around to go basically for this whole weekend or any event. So the M7, for its price and the bang for the buck, and for the fact that it doesn't draw that much as far as amps are concerned, was our first choice. Over here, our front of house rack. I'll go back to standard front of house. I mean, as far as any stage, any sound company, stripped down a little bit because of all the gear the M7 has, all the effects and processing the M7 has. But see a front of house EQ, the Clark Take, the Square One, the KT Square One, which is a comp gate. I like the sound of the outboard. Some of the outboard stuff here. I love the sound of that unit. And also, it seems like nowadays, with the crossover between analog and digital desks, I'm getting a lot of engineers coming in, and they'll step up to the desk, and there'll be a deer in front of the headlights. They don't like the digital console. And I'm old school, too. I like lots of knobs. But basically, if I can take them over here and go, well, look, your front house EQ, and you have some comps and gates already lined up, which we have going through an I/O card right here, an 8-in and 8-out card on the console. Going through this, they relax a little bit, and then I could take their hand and take them through the screens, and everyone. It's a very intuitive desk, but it's a pretty simple front of house, really, and basically trying to be as efficient as possible and getting the best sound quality possible. Our system here, it's the Soundbridge Zion 7208s. It's the 8-inch version of their line arrays, which are set up with 2 8s. They stack on each other just like our subs do. I don't know if you got footage of the subs at all, how the speakers stack in on top of each other and face each other and hit a focal point and then put out, making them that much more efficient. I think we get like they say a 9 dB boost on it all. I wouldn't be surprised. It feels more like a 6 to me, but that's bounce back and forth between that. But yeah, we go 4 per side with 4 subs in the middle. We have the capability of doubling this up where we get 8 per sides with right now 16 subs. If we need to, we could cover about 10,000 people with that, with this power source here. That is, I mean, it's a very simple front of house. Did you see the amp racks? Our amps are K8s and our K6, the power soft amps, the digital amplifiers.
So how with the solar panels, how is that affecting front of house?
It's powering the front of house.
Yeah.
The solar panels itself, the real joy of it, like I said before, is the clean power coming to our power amps. The front of house reacts quite nicely, and we're prepared, just like any other stage, really, because of the digital gear, for voltage drops, any possible voltage drops. We're prepared. We have a UPS in the back there, an uninterruptible power supply, and just in case something happens, digital consoles and digital crossovers are a little sensitive to voltage drops, which we rarely get, but once in a blue moon, and even on main stages.
Well, I mean, do you find that, is there any apprehension from an engineer coming in and going, oh, solar?
Once in a while. It seems like in the past there have been solar companies that have been trying to do this, but I'm talking, everywhere, basically 70s, 80s, 90s, where Rainbow pulls up in an ice cream truck, opens up the side, puts a couple speakers on sticks, and says, okay, you can't get too loud. All right, you just can't get too loud. There's only so much, and somewhere in the middle of that, he starts freaking out because there's not enough power or whatever. We've tried to cut that out completely. We've had bands who have played on solar stages before who want to come in really early just to make sure that everything's okay, and the second they walk up and see what's going on, their whole mindset changes on what a solar sound system is and what a solar stage is and what we're trying to do. And it never fails. It never fails. People are always impressed with the way the system sounds. And it's nice. I love getting in front of it. I'll sit in front of this system for the rest of my life. I like it. Well, bigger is always better, but I love the way it sounds. It feels really good to me. It's easy on my ears. I think a lot has to do with the clean power.
Yeah.
And yeah, people are coming in who have been on solar stage before, like I said, and this is changing the perception of what a solar stage can do. And it's a lot more reliable than people think. This stage went on the Warped Tour. We've had 2 stages go on Warped Tour, which is 50 plus dates in 60 days. And this is zigzagging all over North America. And a lot of questions. Are you going to be able to make it? You know, what's going to happen here? What's going to happen there? We have an overnight. We have 12 shows in a row where basically you're running your power all day and then driving all night to run your power all day again. So your opportunity to charge in the middle of the night it's solar. So that doesn't happen. And we've been able to do it. We catch the morning sun, brings us right back up, and off we go. And it proved to me that it could work.